it starts broadcasting immediately. So
Where?
to Ustream, whatever channel. So for me, it's ustream.tv/channel/CrossXBones, and it's live right now. I can chat with people. People are watching, and
Right.
Well, a lady told me over here, she
yeah.
said they automatically post it to Facebook.
It can be, yes. You can set it up that way.
Oh, you,
You
if you
can.
don't choose it, it won't?
Well, you have to set up your account. So when you go to the web page and you're setting it up, you go through and you say, okay, this is my Facebook account, this is my YouTube account, and then when you're in the application, you can say upload the video to all, or
If
basically
you don't have a Facebook and you don't have a YouTube
you don't have to.
Oh, you don't?
You don't have
You
to.
can just upload it to Facebook.
Well, it automatically goes to Ustream. The video goes to Ustream, but that puts a link on Facebook, a link on Twitter, and it can upload the video to YouTube. So that way you can
Okay.
get the video up there in multiple ways. People are aware of it as
Sure.
you start streaming on
Sure.
Twitter or something like that, Facebook, whatever, possibly other social media in the future. And that's pretty much it. I mean,
Now, how would you go about finding?
do you mind being on camera?
No, I don't
Okay,
mind.
great.
No.
Okay.
How would you go about finding the videos that have been
It,
uploaded?
on the website it has a video section,
Okay.
a recorded video, and as soon as the stream stops, it saves the video most of the time. So basically, there's sometimes a glitch or two, or you have problems, and there's been some tampering that's occurred
I'm
by
sure.
forces
There's been some
unknown.
strange stuff going on today.
Strange stuff going on. We don't know who or exactly what, but there's been some suspicious
Right.
activity, especially up
It'll
in.
be traced. It'll be traced
Right.
back, and they'll find out.
Eventually, yes. Yes.
Especially up in the corner,
Right.
where the security's based.
Exactly. So basically, yes, that's sort of the basics of it. And then because the cell phones have, if they have the data plan, they can stream.
Sure.
It does drain a lot of batteries though.
Uh-huh.
So one of a lot of batteries because it's constantly using the screen, it's constantly using the antenna
Right.
because it's got to keep feeding
Sure.
that video. So the solution to that is to have external battery packs. And so I have mine tucked in
About
here.
25. Oh, look at that.
Uh-huh.
How much is that device?
Those cost between 35 and 75 on Amazon, and
That's
these
all? And how long will that
it'll
last?
last for each one of these batteries I have will last for about a day
Excellent.
So
That's
you
nice.
have
if you
how
manage your
many in
power.
there?
I've got 2, so I can go do 2 days continuously without recharging.
How heavy is that?
You can kind of feel the weight here, and this is with my tripod on it. It's not bad, right?
No, that's not bad.
So-
if I were to go to Ustream,
Ustream.
type in Bilderberg 2012.
A lot of
I'll
stuff will
find a lot of
exactly.
those things
What you
come
do,
up.
it's Ustream,
It's
Ustream, like the letter U and then stream. So, yeah, one thing that you do is you tag, you put like you can tag the different videos. So if I go back, I can say Bilderberg 2012, Occupy Bilderberg protest, whatever tags I put on there,
Sure.
and if you do a search, you'll be able to find
Then
those
you bring
videos.
'em up. Okay.
Yeah, so that's how you can go and see
I got
stuff.
you.
And sometimes the video cuts out or various problems occur and we have to restart and things like that. But
Sure.
but basically we can stream more or less continuously, in 2-hour chunks basically throughout the day.
I appreciate that information.
Absolutely, I love teaching about it.
In that, what's that?
I love teaching about it.
I can tell you do.
No, my stepdad was.
Yeah.
He was Army, stationed in Germany during the Vietnam War, and then he was Army Reserves. Army Reserves until he passed away in 2001. So,
Sorry
so
to hear that.
some of the gear. Oh, thank you. Some of the gear I have is from him. It's now being used. It's now so.
Do you do this kind of thing full time now?
Yeah, pretty much. It doesn't pay very much. I get donations. It's a struggle to make ends meet. I accept money from my parents right now, and I'm trying to balance being able to pay the bills and actually getting out and covering things.
How old are you now?
34.
Okay.
So, and I came from a computer background. So I was making $75,000 a year, quit my job, and started doing this full time. So it's a challenge, money wise.
I'm sure.
But other than
You
that,
started as an independent, just decided.
I just decided there was a sort of a specific history behind it for me. I was out in LA. I'm an actor as well as a computer person, and I was. I kind of wanted to move out there originally to do some more acting, and I've done some stage stuff out there and some extra work for various things. But when Occupy LA came along and I started paying attention to it, and right before they were evicted in LA, the media team packed up, and people still wanted to see what was happening down there. And I said, I have all the equipment, I could do it.
Sure.
And so I did. I went down there, and I've been basically doing this full time ever since, covering different protests, mostly Occupy, like the Occupy Wall Street related stuff, but other things as well, things regarding the Armenian genocide protest outside of the Turkish consulate. I did that. Unite Against War on Women protest, various different protests, a lot of similarities across all of them.
You notice that.
Yeah, a lot of similarities. I was up at the No NATO protest in Chicago this month, and I was at Occupy the Congress in January, and I was up in Oakland for the Move-In Day March also in January.
So which service do you use for your
I use Verizon, and I happen to have an unlimited data plan, so I can just keep streaming and streaming and streaming and streaming and streaming. And if you have the unlimited data plan, you can keep going for a long period of time.
You just got in before they discontinued it, right? Is
Yeah.
that like 1 or 2 years ago?
Something like that, yeah. And if you got in then, even on the 4G right now, you can still. It's so helpful. But there are other options for people who don't have that. There's a hotspot. Well, it's a little hotspot. It's battery powered. You can actually charge it with the USB thing. Say I can charge it actually from my batteries. It's Clear is the name of it, and you can pay month to month, unlimited data. It's about $50 a month, so I mean it's not super cheap, but considering streaming full time, and I use it as my internet at home. I use it for pretty much everything.
So go on a site called Clear.
Clear or ClearSpot. They sell them at places like Best Buy and whatnot. But it's an option that some people who have more limited plans they can do that. And
You're telling me that, okay, let's say you're on the road and you don't have your phone with you, you catch your
Hotspot.
thing. You just take it with you, plug it in.
I don't have it with me. I
plug
left it
into
at home.
your computer, and the service is as good as 4G.
Yeah, it's 4G. It's 4G. It's 4G. It's not the same coverage as Verizon and some of these others. So there's places it's not as great, but
Well, what about getting the 4G Lite card?
yeah, you can do that also on your laptop. But with the laptops for streaming, it is much more power consumptive. So they're hard to lug around out places like this, run around, especially if there's riot cops and things like that. And I've been shot at, I've been tear gassed and things like that. Shot at with less lethal rounds, which, I was never hit with one, but they hurt people a lot. So, but yes, the technology is growing. It's becoming more adopted, and it will only improve over time. So I'm working also on a new streamer type application, different than Ustream, but it would maybe connect to Ustream and some other sources and make things a little bit more open, and people can collaborate on development. As opposed to this, which is closed.
Do you have a website?
I do, but it goes right to my channel. It's crossxbones.tv.
Cross-X.
Yes, crossxbones.tv. Crossbones was taken. Cross and then the letter X and then bones. So it's basically crossbones, but crossxbones. And I'm on Twitter as well. And I try to relay news that I'm not streaming from Twitter, and sometimes record updates of things that are happening on sort of a nightly talk show that I stream from my home and things like that. So
Which smartphone are you using?
this is a Droid 4. It has pretty good video quality, 1080p. You can record in 1080p.
Droid made by who?
It's Motorola, but there's lots of different options out there. Samsung Galaxy, yeah, which is a great one. Oh, it's Samsung, yeah. There's lots of different ones out there that get used. The iPhone 4S is a very popular one, especially with Ustream, because it gets very, very crisp video. My video is pretty good for the most part when I have good signal, but there's a lot of different options.
You can't take the iPhone apart if you want to, your signal. I've been able to drop the signal 3 times. I just roll everything up on the
Yeah, I shut down mine sometimes too. Up in NATO, a lot of us independent journalists were being either raided, surveilled, or a combination of the two. So sometimes they were picked up on the street and detained just so they couldn't be there to cover, is the thought. The reason they do that, they grab you, they detain you, they don't charge you, and that way you're out for the day. You're gone for the day. So it seems unethical to me, but
It's how we're going to fight it at home.
yeah.
Unless everybody comes to these protests armed.
With a little cell phone. I don't usually like the word armed, or this is my weapon. I usually say this is my shield. But it's also
When you
yeah.
have it, it's almost a part of your body.
Yes, I
So
can
it's
I can
like-
hands free.
Right.
That's excellent.
It's a
They
tripod
can't just
mount.
take your phone from you. They gotta disconnect it.
It would have to be disconnected. Yeah.
Yeah, it's process for them. So
Right.
by the time they disarm you, you have 50 other people shooting the camera at you.
And I have, as of yet, not been attacked physically, directly, other than if you count the tear gas. I have not been shot, hit with batons. Some of my fellow streamers have been hit.
What were they
One of
doing
them
at the time? It was just,
recording.
Yeah, if you're just around certain
Sometimes
stations.
they'll just sort of swing indiscriminately, or they'll shoot into a crowd or whatever. So
Pleasantly surprised that there wasn't any of that going on here.
As far as
I am too so far. It's been great. It's actually, this is a lot calmer than what I'm used to. So it's great. I don't have all my gas mask on me, and I don't have my helmet on me. I'm like, okay. So
I've forgotten the schedule. When are the limos going to start leaving going back tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow morning. I think it's what was scheduled. And I guess 6 today is when the big march, whatever the event is. I think so. So. Yes, good old NATO, Courtney.
4 hours.
2 more hours, yeah. Yesterday was brutal in the rain.
Yeah, it sure was. I was here for
how'd you deal with that?
quite a bit of that.
Well, there's actually some. I had an umbrella basically, and then for my cell phone, you can actually cover them in like those plastic Ziploc bags. You can still touch the screen through the bag,
Right.
and it keeps it from getting wet.
Sure.
So it's a sort of cheap solution. That it's not the best solution, but it is a cheap one,
Works.
and it works. Oh gosh, good. They're useful. And so that's one thing. And when it's cold outside, sometimes you have to keep the batteries warm so they don't drain as fast. When it's hot outside, you need to protect the cell phone from overheating from the sunlight. It absorbs so much sunlight. It's a challenge. There are different technical considerations, but as far as power goes, you're usually set. If you have something like this, you can go for the day. So
When you've been out and about, have you had any people hired you for jobs?
I have not yet. I haven't really pursued some of the selling of footage to mainstream outlets, though others have. And in fact, one of my colleagues, Carrie, was from Portland. She actually sold some footage of the protest here the other day to, I think it was AP.
Do you have any business cards?
I don't. I just have my press
Just
pass.
send me an email.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I'm going to restart feed, folks, so I'll send a quick email and I'll be right back. Thank you.